Mukhang malinis.
But look, germs.
May pag-asa pa ba yan?
Ariel, endorsed by microbiology experts, deep cleans hidden stains, removes 99.9% of germs, giving you 24-hour germ protection.
Are you clean? It's really clean.
So, with World Palm Milk Day coming up soon on August 22nd, we wanted to give a rundown of 5 farmers who ditched dairy for good. Jay and Katja Wild are perhaps the most famous former dairy farmers who are now vegan. Their story of giving up their herd of dairy and beef cows to a sanctuary featured in the BAFTA award-winning, heart-wrenching documentary 73 Cows. Jay was born into a farming family in the late 1950s, and his father milked around 60 cows at the time. It was expected of Jay to work on the farm, and he was roped into helping out on the school holidays. In his late 20s, Jay joined a meditation group to alleviate the stress of 15-hour days. This chimed with his own feelings for the animals, and he chose to go vegetarian himself.
When you inherit a farm, it feels like a duty to keep its life continuing into the future. It just seemed difficult to look after the animals for 2 or 3 years and get to really know them, and then send them to slaughter. You felt as if you were betraying them.
The immense guilt Jay and Katja felt meant they could... In 2013, Jess Stathdy and her partner lived and worked on a dairy farm in Canterbury, New Zealand. Jess was tasked with milking the cows, and she said she felt a huge sense of pride, solidarity, and sisterhood with the cows. Honoured that she was privileged to handle such private areas of their bodies.
I mean, I was on the farm, taking the milk from the cows, still not putting that together. And it wasn't until calving season started that just this light bulb went off.
Jess fell pregnant shortly after the first season on the farm, and she has hazy memories of standing in the dairy shed weeping with nausea, struggling to take the cups off the cows that she was milking because she felt so weak and dizzy. Jess puts those moments down to her truly appreciating what those pregnant cows were being put through again and again. But it wasn't until her baby was 1.5 years old and Jess had begun her 4th calving season on the farm that she woke up to the reality of dairy farming.
It dawned on me how I'd been getting that milk. And it wasn't, and I realized it wasn't a sense of feminism. I was I was taking their babies to get that milk, and I realised how sinister it was.
Jess knew she had to leave the farm and was even prepared to leave her partner of 16 years, the love of her life and father of her son. Luckily, Jess's partner agreed he too was broken and so miserable that he couldn't do another season, and they left the farm. Andrea Davis is a former slaughter-free dairy farmer and cheesemaker who had a change of heart after recognizing that her work, like all dairy farming, depended on bringing up more babies into the world. She went vegan and in 2017 founded Broken Shovels Farm Sanctuary, a home for formerly neglected farm animals. The farm was turned into a full-time animal sanctuary, and Andrea's life, possessions, and income all changed so she could become a full-time rescuer. Between the ex-dairy residents and the many rescues they're taken in, Broken Shovels Farm Sanctuary now has over 250 animals in their care, and they are contacted about dozens more in need every week.
A lot of people would probably say I'm an activist. I think it's way more appropriate to say I'm an advocate and an educator, because so few people have actually met the animals that are used for food in meaningful ways.
What's up?
Sanctuary implies that
Hello.
this is their forever home. We
The
have
2 million.
approximately 23 different species
Wala.
of meat, from geese to pigs to cows to llamas, alpacas, donkeys. We're not preachy people. I think my main job is to do rescue, take great care of the animals, and they tell their own stories.
Leandra Brusa and Urs Marti are transforming their former dairy farm in Kalnach, Switzerland into an animal sanctuary and are now working towards making plant-based drinks, including white milk. Urs Marti is a farmer's son, and in fact, he comes from a long line of animal farmers. While he was in high school in 2002, Urs decided to go vegan, and it became clear that he could no longer follow his family traditions of farming cattle. When he graduated from school, he became a primary school teacher and had little interest in agriculture. His parents were a little surprised in 2014 when he announced he wanted to take over the family farm, but Urs didn't want to continue to run the 250-year-old farm by breeding animals for food. In fact, Urs and his wife Leandra founded the Tiache Sealand Animal Sanctuary for farmed animals. The sanctuary, situated at Marty's now former dairy farm, aims to allow all of the animals to live long lives without being exploited by humans. Half-Butterland is a farmed animal sanctuary in North Germany founded by Jan Godes and Karen Muck. Jan was a dairy farmer for many years, but after a change of heart that included the decision to go vegan, he converted the farm into a sanctuary and vowed to devote the rest of his life to caring for farmed animals and working to end the exploitation. Speaking for animals he once used, ate, and routinely sent to slaughter, Jan said,
Ja, früher musste ich einfach das ausblenden, ne? Das ich sie gerne mochte. Das ging einfach gar nicht anders. Ich wollte Geld verdienen, aber ich musste Geld verdienen. Und jetzt sind das schon Kameraden. Freut sich, man hält sich, man redet mit denen. Man redet mit einer Kuh genauso wie mit einem Schwein oder mit einer Katze oder mit einem Hund. Da sehe ich überhaupt gar keinen Unterschied. Die sind irgendwie alles, haben alle ihre Qualitäten. Freut sich, wenn ich mich mit denen unterhalte, erzählen wir auch was. Ganz tolles Zusammenleben.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to try our 7-day dairy-free challenge or you want to nominate friends or family, please check out the links in the description. And for any dairy farmers out there watching this, we hope this video might help to encourage you to seek other methods of income, ones that use less land and resources. With the plant milk industry booming and set to be worth more than $21 billion by 2024, more and more farmers are likely to diversify and embrace more sustainable and cruelty-free farming methods. best ever downy with perfume pearl scent that lasts longer than expensive perfume.
Only at 5 pesos.
Nothing is so good as eternally. Perfect situation must go wrong, but this has never yet prevented me. Wanting far too much for far too long. Looking back, I could have played it differently. One few more moments, who can tell? But it took the time to understand the man. Now at least I know him well. Wasn't it good? Wasn't it fine? Isn't it maddening? You can't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. Security. I know him so well. No one in your life is with you constantly. No one is completely on your side. And though I want my world to be with you, still the gap between us is too wide. Looking back, differently.